In today's age of instant gratification, where social media showcases highlight reels of success, it's easy to believe that success happens overnight. We scroll through platforms and see entrepreneurs celebrating million-dollar launches, artists signing major record deals, or influencers racking up millions of followers seemingly out of nowhere. It's tempting to believe that these people stumbled upon luck, but the reality is far from the truth. Behind every overnight success is a decade of grit, failure, sacrifice, and resilience that nobody talks about. This video dives deep into the unseen journey behind success stories, highlighting why comparing your Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 20 is not only unfair, but also counterproductive to your growth. The myth of the overnight success. The idea of an overnight success is seductive. It gives people hope that they too can make it big in record time with minimal effort. But here's the truth. Most overnight successes are years, sometimes decades, in the making. The public rarely sees the early mornings, late nights, and countless rejections that came before the breakthrough. Consider some of the most well-known names in the world. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple before returning to build it into the powerhouse it is today. He spent years refining his vision before the iPhone revolutionized the tech industry. J.K. Rowling received countless rejections for Harry Potter before finally getting published. She spent years writing the first book while battling poverty and raising her daughter as a single mother. Ed Sheeran played over 1,000 small gigs before people began recognizing his talent. He spent years honing his craft, playing for tiny audiences in pubs. These stories highlight one key takeaway. What looks like an overnight success is simply the moment the world notices years of hard work. The hidden years. What success looks like. What we don't see behind someone's success is their perseverance during the hidden years. 1. The grind. Behind every polished performance or successful business launch is a grind that never makes it to Instagram. It's the hours of practice, strategizing, and tweaking. 2. The failures. Success stories are littered with failures. These failures aren't setbacks. They're stepping stones that teach valuable lessons. For every success, there are 10 failed attempts nobody remembers. 3. The sacrifices. Success requires trade-offs. Time spent working on dreams often comes at the expense of comfort, leisure, and sometimes even relationships. 4. The self-doubt. It's not all motivation and confidence. The hidden years are filled with moments of self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and the urge to give up. These hidden years shape people into who they need to become to succeed. They build character, resilience, and skill, qualities that no amount of luck can replace. The comparison trap. Chapter 1 versus Chapter 20. One of the biggest mistakes people make is comparing their beginning to someone else's peak. Social media makes this problem worse by creating a false narrative of success. We see the results, but not the process. Imagine starting a fitness journey and comparing yourself to a professional athlete who's been training for 15 years. That's what many of us do when we compare ourselves to successful entrepreneurs, artists, or creators. Here's why this mindset is dangerous. It breeds insecurity. When you compare yourself to others who seem miles ahead, it's easy to feel like you're falling short. Instead of focusing on the progress you've made, you fixate on how far you have to go. And this can be crippling. Insecurity makes you doubt your abilities, question your worth, and second-guess every decision. It can even lead you prematurely, not because you lack potential, but because you've convinced yourself you'll never measure up. The reality is that someone else's success has no bearing on your own. Just because they've reached Chapter 20 doesn't mean you won't get there. It just means your timelines are different. It distorts reality. Social media and success stories only show the finished product, not the years of work, failure, and perseverance that led to it. You might see an entrepreneur launching a thriving business, but you don't see the sleepless nights, the years of rejection, or the sacrifices they made along the way. When you compare your beginning to their end, you're comparing an incomplete picture to the reality of your struggles. This distorted view creates a false narrative that success is quick and easy easy for others while it's hard for you. But remember, everyone's journey is full of challenges and setbacks. Nobody escapes the hard work required to succeed. It steals your focus. The more time you spend comparing, the less time you spend building. Comparison is a thief. It robs you of energy, creativity, and motivation. Instead of focusing on your goals and taking the next step forward, you get stuck in a cycle of watching others, feeling inadequate, and spinning your wheels. Success requires focus. When you fixate on someone else's journey, you lose sight of your own. You forget that progress isn't about speed, it's about consistency and direction. The only way to reach your chapter 20 is to stay committed to improving your chapter 1. The key is to focus on your journey. The truth is, everyone starts somewhere. The entrepreneur you admire, they were once a beginner struggling to make their first sale. The artist with millions of fans, they started with zero. The key is to remember that your journey is unique. Success isn't a race or a competition. It's a personal journey of growth, learning, and perseverance. Focus on improving yourself one step at a time. Trust the process. Be patient with your progress and take pride in the fact that you're moving forward. If you stay the course, your chapter 20 will come. Lessons for the journey. Embrace the process. Success isn't a destination. It's a journey. Every step you take toward your goal, no matter how small, is progress. The process is where the growth happens, not just the outcome. Celebrate the small wins. They add up. Over time, they'll become the stepping stones to your bigger dreams. But embracing the process isn't always easy. It means welcoming challenges and setbacks as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles to avoid. It's in these moments of discomfort that you build the resilience and skills needed for success. So, instead of rushing to the finish line, find joy in the work itself. Every effort, no matter how insignificant it seems, is shaping you for the road ahead. Be patient. Great things take time. If you plant a seed today, you can't expect a tree tomorrow. Think of success as a garden. You need to nurture it, water it, and give it time to grow. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a requirement for success. Impatience often leads people to quit right before their breakthrough. They abandon the journey because they don't see immediate results, not realizing that success is just around the corner. Remember, the greatest achievements in life often require years of effort, perseverance, and belief in the process. Stay committed, even when slow progress feels. Learn from failures. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every failure teaches you what doesn't work, bringing you one step closer to what does. Some of the most successful people in history attribute their greatest achievements to lessons learned from their biggest mistakes. Instead of fearing failure, reframe it as feedback. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Maybe you need to adjust your approach. Do you like this video? Share your thoughts in comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for future updates.